What is the Haps on the Crafts?
Don't look at the camera.
I can't look into the camera?
Look at me. It's a conversation.
But the conversation hasn't started yet.
Okay, fine.
Yo, so we're doing something new here. We are the ASMR Avengers, and we're bringing to you 90 and more. We are going to be covering
90 Day Fiance.
Yeah, man, because we love that show, and we're like, we
addicted.
Talk about it.
I know. We have a lot to talk about, and we have very differing opinions, too.
On some things, we're like, you know.
Maybe we should incorporate Smothered into this, make it just a TLC edition.
I don't know that I can talk about that.
Like, I can't either.
In all honesty,
I get really mad.
If y'all watch Smothered, let us know in the comments below. That show is gross.
Gross.
Disgustingly gross. All right, let's get into it. So,
wait, who are you?
I'm Bo. Y'all should know me, man. I'm sorry. I guess thank you for keeping me on task.
Yeah, I got you.
Catch me on your Instagram apps at Merrill Productions, MERRILL Productions. You can also catch me on Twitter at Merrill Product One. Who are you?
I'm a girl. Oh my God.
That's true. The fact.
Someone questioned me the other day and was like, "If you are in fact a female," I'm like, the fuck.
Like, I'm not showing you.
Like, can you? It's like, you see my dick print in my jeans? Like,
early
okay.
demonetization. That was.
Yep.
Okay. Demonetize as soon as we can.
And I'm your girl Ann Weezy, and I can't just function. Apparently,
we love you.
You can only find me on Instagram and Instagram only at ANWEEZYYY. And if you can get chat, it should be down below. And today, I guess we are just talking. I don't like. Yeah, I need a new intro.
Work in progress. Episode 1. WIP. Work in progress. Don't even say it. Don't you dare. I know what you're gonna say. Don't you dare. That Cardi B song has destroyed my life. Okay. It destroyed
Why?
Because the wet. I don't want to say it.
Wet ass gushy.
Oh God, it's disgusting.
Or wet and gushy, however you want to do it.
Like, I wish they'd have just let her say the P word on.
The P word.
I'm trying to keep monetized. I know you don't care about these things.
Whatever is on your cat or your shirt is a cat. Puma.
Okay, yeah. Yep. The joke's
late.
The joke is
It's late. It's 8:55.
All right. Let's get into it then, man. I'm trying to get into it. You trying to talk about gushies. Oh God, I would be sick.
I'm a gusher like gushy.
Okay.
Or gushy like gusher. Okay, I'm done.
All right, so 90 Day Fiance. So what I want to do is I want to obviously talk about the couples, but I want to know when I name the couple if you think they're gonna make it or not. Okay. So let's start with Brittany and Yazin. Now.
No.
Damn, that was a quick.
No.
Okay, well, why?
I think that they both have different ideas of what they want their marriage and relationship to be. I think.
Yeah, seeing as how he was like, you have 3 days to be Muslim.
Yeah, you have. Yeah. So if you guys don't know this past episode, they kind of got along. The previous episode, Brittany and his family, Yazin's family, got into a big argument. Mama was throwing her hands up in the air, screaming at her, saying that she's going to be a whore.
I thought it was literally about to be some action.
And let's not say like Brittany is not innocent in all this because she legit
did no research.
She did no research. She came there married.
Like, yeah.
Married.
Did she ever tell them about that?
No, she hasn't told them about that. So I think
that.
She's hoping that by the time her dad comes, like the divorce papers will be final and they can get
that's
married.
gonna be a huge issue.
Yeah.
I forgot it because I actually disagree with you. I was gonna say I think they're gonna make it because Brittany impressed me in the last episode because like instead of going nuts when she was like right on the cusp of doing.
And he was like, "You have 3 days."
Yeah, and she was like, "I'll be back because I may chop you." And so that showed me, and he kind of impressed me too because he was like, I love you. If you need the time, I'll give you the time. But the thing I was thinking about with that, in hindsight, I'm like, so what does that mean? 4 days?
I don't know, and that's my thing is like his expectations are like to have it done really quick.
Right. So when he says I'll give you more time, it's like I'll give you another 20 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know. So that's what I would say. I'd be like, yeah, you get another fucking day, bro. That's it.
Yeah. So
am I allowed to curse?
We're not gonna get monetized. I just
okay, forget it. I'll be good.
Money's good, all I'm saying. So yeah, now you got me changing my answer because I was set with that till you said the marriage thing. And how you gonna pull up to Jordan of all places, which is a very Muslim country, and know nothing?
And no, she knows nothing. Nothing of Muslim culture. Nothing of the faith. It is, unfortunately. I just don't think it's going to end well for either of them. But luckily, they're both very young, and I think this will be a really good teachable moment for both of them.
I think they're going to work through it, though. I think they really love each other, man.
I'm not saying that they don't love each other, but coming from the background that he comes from, I just don't see his family forgiving that.
The marriage thing because
they've made it very clear.
I think if mom's had a shit, she'd have caught it.
And basically, dad called her a whore. So
like your wife looks like a prostitute.
Exactly.
And then they wanted them to get married so quick. I felt bad for her.
But she knew that coming to Jordan.
Like when she pulled up with the tequila.
And then she hugged a cast member.
Yeah, she's like, Hi guys, I love you, and he almost ripped her head off. He was mad. Did you see that episode?
Mm-hmm.
He was mad. Look at you finishing.
That was the very first episode.
So for y'all that don't know, my wife really finishes drinks.
I
You
don't.
probably won't finish that.
I'm gonna because you're making the point. I don't want to look like a punk on camera, but
I think we have like 16 bottles of Coke and A&W root beer that have this much left in it.
You know what? Once it gets to a certain point,
she's off.
The bubbly fizzies are gone.
The bubblylicious.
The fizzy bubblies. Do you know what movie that's from?
No.
Oh, okay.
You got anything else for Yaz on? And
no, but if you know what the movie that's from, head down below.
All right, say it again. The bubblylicious.
No, fizzy bubblies.
No, I don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
You got some cool people don't know that either.
You know, probably not. It's an Adam Sandler movie, and I think only like 4 people saw it, and I was one of them who watched it like 4 times.
All right, let's get into Melissa and
Melissa.
And Tim. Tim is the goofiest goofball.
Man,
I can't take anything he does or says seriously. And then he's crying every 4 seconds.
No, I think that's great. I do. Okay, so
I just think he needs a rain
so
I don't mind him crying.
So background on this couple. They were together for like a year or whatever. He's still in the States. The original plan was to have her come to the States, but unfortunately, he cheated on her.
Got him a little gibber. I don't know if it was a gibber, but
so
you didn't do the 2. That's usually
yeah. I was trying to maybe like do it off camera a little bit.
Good, you're thinking about the monetization. I like it.
While you're like jibber, jabber, jabber,
Jibber could be anything. It could be like a
context
app.
clues.
It's like an app.
Anyways, that'd be a great dating app.
Instead of jabber jibber.
Ooh.
I'm out here. Holla at me. All right, go on.
Anyways, so he did cheat. He did stick his
wiener in a bun. Oscar Mayer wiener.
Oh, God. His meat up in someone's taco.
Yeah, he's trying to make some street
tacos. My favorite Justine line. Anyways, but yes, and then he told her. I want to know, would you?
No. You wouldn't have told her. You said this several times to me.
I know. I was going to talk about it.
Makes me comfortable as a husband.
Okay. First of all, we live together, so like I don't know what to tell you, but like,
I mean, you go other places in this house that far
with children.
Yeah, that's true. That'd be some dirty business. That'd be messed up. And they would tell me too. They would rat you out. Mommy was with some guy kissing him. I don't know what's going on.
No, they are snitches, and we've tried to teach them, but we've also had the rule like don't lie in the family.
In this house too, yeah.
But no. If I was him, I wouldn't have told her.
Yeah.
Like if it was truly just to get his
rocks off.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have said anything.
I gotta agree with that. That I mean.
And how feasible is it to say?
There's a ghost. You're good.
Oh no, I think it's because it's starting to storm outside.
Okay.
How feasible is it to say we're not going to see each other for 10 months? We're in different countries. Yeah. You can't get.
You think she was sending them like sexy selfies and videos and stuff? I don't
think
she
which
was.
Makes it worse. No, I think she was. I think she was for sure.
I don't think I like her. I can't tell you why. She hasn't done anything yet. But just the look on her face makes me feel like nah.
The thing I appreciate about my Lisa is that she holds her boundaries.
How so? Examples, please.
Okay, so examples like she's like, "Hey, you need to talk to my mom."
Yeah.
And
why'd you try to not? Because the dad was gonna be like hurt.
Yeah. And so then.
And is he not Pablo Escobar?
Yo, her dad is like mad scary.
Her dad's Pablo Escobar.
Which is why she came with. Anyways, so Tim, they talked with her mom about it. And apologized and cried.
And the mom's was not having it.
No, she was just like if it was up to me, you wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
And then a couple of days later, he was like, "Hey, like I'm really close to your dad, and I feel like I need to tell him." And for me, this is really heartwarming because he's like, we don't speak the same language. He's like, but he's on the same pedestal as my dad, and you can really tell that he's genuine about it too. Like he's just not saying that. Like it's very real.
The thing that makes me laugh about him is he does seem like a genuinely good dude. He's just so goofy and emotional. I'm just like. But that's nothing wrong with that. I don't want to be toxic masculinity out here and be like you can't be emotional.
I do think that he cries a lot, which is fine. I'm a crier, so like it's not like unusual.
You have more estrogen though. Wouldn't that cause?
I
might start digging.
Yeah, I just don't. That's why I looked at you and I was like, I don't think that's wise.
Let me stop.
Anyway, so he cried talking to dads, and Dad was like, I think the healthiest thing was if you guys just broke up.
I just feel like Dad was gonna wave 2 fingers and there's gonna be a dude who's gonna come out the back
drinking straight tequila from a cup, like
looking at him with like a slow glaze,
and he didn't have like a face after. He was just like, Yeah. Are they gonna make it though? I think so.
I was gonna say I think they will too. I really do. I think
him moving to where is she from?
Colombia.
I think, And his Spanish, like his Spanish is decent too. I really appreciate him.
One of the few people who actually like took the time to learn the language instead of just showing up like I ain't got to know nothing.
No, I feel like it's very still like mediocre Spanish, but
well, I mean, he's not going to be speaking it fluently until
but even
10 years
still,
down the line, you know. But
like,
he could hold his own.
He's having conversations and he can order and stuff like that. And
the thing that blows my mind the most about the show, we talked about this. Well, two things: American arrogance is a real thing. We are some arrogant folks. We just think we pull up and everything changes. Secondly, I said pull up like 9 times on this episode. I need to retire that. Also, they do no research. None. They never research what they're getting into. So I like Tim. Not sure about Melissa. I do think they make it. We both think they make it. I wish we had like a thing to hold up when we thought they make it. I'm a very prop oriented guy.
I see that.
All right, let's move on. All right, this was beautiful.
Thank you.
I said this, not you.
Oh,
you're beautiful too.
I thought you meant like my.
Oh, you finished it.
Yeah,
I'll give you some nuts for that. That's
what I thought you were talking about.
Armando and
Kenneth.
That was.
Oh my Lord!
Listen, that was great.
Mercy.
I enjoyed that very much.
This past episode, Kenneth decided that he was going to go ahead and propose to Armando. Mm-hmm. And
you weren't really with it at first.
At first, I was not with it. Well, because in Mexico, it's being gay is not really accepted. Like it is very much you still get bullied. Like they'll beat the shit out of you. Like it's very like a man's man kind of thing. Right. And so he's been very shy about showing PDA. And so
he's kind of like, no, not here.
Kenneth decided to go to a hotel. He told Armando that he was going to go to the bank. And he wanted to try and open up.
Slick with them lies, though, man.
He was very quick with it. But he was I think he was planning it out. Yeah. And so Kenneth said that he's going to go to the bank. I'm going to open an account by myself. You don't worry about it. And Armando's like, great, good for you. Like, awesome. I appreciate you. Yeah. So he met his daughters who flew in from the U.S. to be there for the proposal. And
which is pretty dope. I mean, that's
how amazing is that?
Really
that shows love, right?
Fantastic. Yeah, and go on.
And so then it's by the rocks, and they say, hey, get as many people as you can, shoot off confetti, and I'm like, no.
She was like, no.
Reason being is because I felt like he wanted it to be private, right? And I didn't know that they were gonna wait, and so he gets down on one knee, he brings Armando, they're crying, and it is like. So touching.
It was a beautiful moment.
Oh my gosh.
And then they let off the streamers and all that. And everybody's clapping
and then he realizes the kid's there and he's like, I love you so much, and they're screaming, I love you.
They just met each other and they're like,
I know.
Family, like, off top.
And then they go up there and they give like such a warm embrace. Yeah. And I was like really happy that the kids were so like, thank you like for being a part of the family. Yeah, thank you for loving my dad. Like I got the goosebumps.
It was fire. I mean, I was like, damn, man, you making a lot of people look bad because
I legit got a little teary eyed.
And it was dope because they had their private moment because they were down below. So the family's up top, and and I don't know, maybe they edited it this way, but it seems like they got like a good 5 minutes before like. Or maybe not 5 minutes, but like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
They had their.
But he was like, turn around, and everybody started coming to the cliff, and
that was fire.
It was really beautiful.
I think they're definitely gonna make it. I think it's gonna be tough when they have to deal with his family though.
And I also think it's going to be really tough integrating Hannah.
I don't see that being an issue
because his kids are grown. I mean, granted, but he was very involved with his grandchildren, so maybe not.
Well, and they're really nice people. Like his kids are really nice, all of them. Like even his son, and they're all just like really.
Well, like but Hannah's like 11 or 8 or something like that. She's young,
right? But I'm saying I think they would love having a little girl around to like play with and all that stuff. So yeah, they're dope.
One of my favorites.
I am gonna be interested to see how it works out with the family, but you saying they're gonna make it too?
They're gonna make it.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Oh yeah.
Oh. Let me guess. Michael.
No, we're not there yet. You don't have a lot to say when we get there. Ji-hoon and
Devin.
And so I don't know if I said this. I should have. This is 90 Day the Other Way. We're also gonna talk about before the night.
Happily Ever After.
Happily Ever After. Yeah, but this is 90 Day the Other Way. So. Go ahead, man. Devin and Ji-hoon.
Okay, so for those of you again, so Devin just moved to Korea to be with Ji-hoon.
How stupid was that?
I would love to go to Korea.
To live?
I don't know about live, but I would love to go. I'd love to spend 2 weeks in Korea.
Wait, that dude is irresponsible.
Not that dude.
Ain't no. Well, that's why I say it was stupid because he's. He's demonstrated his irresponsibility. It's
several
not like
times.
It was an unknown deal.
So the first time they met, she ended up getting pregnant.
That's the first time they met.
Like the first.
I thought it was like the first date they had or whatever.
No, it was like the first time he came to America to spend time with her, and she got pregnant.
Ji-hoon got right to business, huh?
Yeah, no, he was
Yo,
like,
I've been
I
here
am.
half an hour.
Well,
What
that shows his irresponsibility over there. Like,
I've been here 30 minutes. Are we doing this? Or
and
what?
bam, bun in the oven. And so they have, I cannot remember the baby's
Taeyang.
name. Taeyang.
I believe it's Taeyang.
And then they have Drusilla. And so they go over there, and he was supposed to have an apartment and do all these things, and he did nothing. He was just been paying back his debts from his little.
I mean, that's not necessarily responsible, paying back debts.
Okay, yeah, but it is because he was selling stolen phones. That's why he had to pay back his debts.
Oh, so you're going all the way back to like
No, but that's what he's been currently doing.
Oh, you're saying the
with his
reason
money.
he's paying off the debt. No, but I'm saying paying off your debts is not like a.
Oh, if it was like, yeah, I've got student loans, cool, but like, no, it's like, hey, I've got debt because I did bad things.
Makes mistakes.
No, I'm not saying that he's not a bad person or he's a bad person. So, and he was also giving money to his mom, which I don't like moms.
Yeah, that was.
I do not like moms.
Awful. What is wrong with that? Okay,
she is an evil lady.
She's the worst.
And so he gets there, nothing is ready. So Devin rents an apartment, and it's in a really bad area of town. So she's panicked. She goes back to the hotel. Her mom's there. Everybody's panicked. Ji-hoon's lying because that's what he does.
Would that be bad if I said I kind of like Ji-hoon though? For like a friend that I could.
I think he'd be fun as fuck.
When he went like to dinner with those 4 dudes, and they were like, "You're having kids," and they were like you're gonna support people. They were just kind of. He would be fun. He's like George.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think he's a lot of fun.
Seinfeld reference.
Yeah,
well,
Costanza. Okay. I like Ji-hoon, but I do think that he has been very sheltered by his mother, unfortunately. Yeah. And his mom is very much one of those moms who is like, no one's gonna ever love you like I love you.
I don't even know if it's that, because she doesn't seem that warm with him. She just seems like she makes a billion excuses for who. She said at one point, well, yeah, Korean boys lie, so.
She needs to get over it.
Yeah, what's the problem? This is what they do. And his dad is like,
no.
But I think the mom like intimidates or scares the dad though, because he don't say too much. He says just enough, and then he's like, I'm done.
Yeah, well, he probably also knows who his wife is, and he's not trying to go to the doghouse.
I feel like his wife might. I feel like she might be on some chocolate, whatever the
shoe throwing,
equivalent is. Yeah. Sorry.
But anyways, and so right now, Ji-hoon and Devin have made up. They're gonna go ahead and give it a second try. But this last episode, I feel like they blame Ji-hoon for a lot, but they're at a park, and Drusilla, little badass, like 4-year-old,
dash out
man, she like booked it into the street, and they're all screaming. And I think they're gonna blame Ji-hoon for her running into traffic.
And Ji-hoon was on his horse.
He busted out like
he was gone. I'm like, good for you.
But I mean, you can't blame him. Like,
no, there's all their faults. They're all there. It's several adults there.
Do I think they're gonna last? Yes.
No, I don't think so.
I think they are.
I think it's going to be a very dramatic ending, but I can see the unraveling that. But although you know a little bit of like a little bit outside of the show though, because she does like recognizance.
I love me some. I follow everybody.
But you do follow everybody. She be sending me all sorts of stories and stuff.
Usman and Lisa not being together anymore.
Usman, baby love. I don't think they make it. I think in the short term they might, but I just think at some point she's going to be done with it.
I want to say yes, but I don't feel that way.
He might be slanging some pipe though, because he's done a lot of stuff.
He must be if she's like, oh my god. I mean, they just had a baby too, and the baby's still fairly young in the season, so like only not even like 8 months old, not even like 6 months old, because baby's not sitting up by himself. So the baby is very young.
The baby is cute, man.
He's so fucking cute.
I was almost about to say stealable, but that's not appropriate.
No, that's not appropriate at all. We don't.
No, he's a cute kid, though.
Yeah, he's very cute, but I do think they will make it. I think in the long term, because right now, we still haven't got.
I think they'd make it here. I don't think they'll make it there. I just don't see it working in Korea.
I don't know. We'll see. I think, because there was a little teaser that she is going to start modeling there. And Ji-hoon's really upset because he gets jealous because she's like cuddling up next to like an actor or like a model, like kissing and stuff like that, because that's what the shoot is. And he's like, I don't like this shit. I'm gonna go stomp off. And she's like, somebody's gotta make the money.
She's like, who cashing checks, bro? Kick rocks. Do you like Devin? What do you think of Devin?
I like Devin. I love Devin. She's a G.
Devin is pretty tough, but see, you can't say that, and then she just stays with him after he does all this stuff. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a.
No, I think, but I mean, she packed up her kids and moved across the country, across the world.
Does that make her a G, or does that make her stupid?
That's her husband. Like, I would move across the world for you.
But I also wouldn't be like doing.
I mean,
Okay, at this point,
we've all done dumb shit in our 20s.
You know what I love about you is you're an apologist for people you like. You always give a little more slack.
A little more leeway,
like.
yeah.
Fair
a little
enough.
more leeway.
What else you got on this? I hate moms though. I want to go back to that real quick.
Okay.
She's all of his failures. I think obviously there's two parents involved, but I think a lot of them tie to her.
Oh yeah, well it's both of them.
Because even the fact that like she's holding his money, I'd have been like, why am I holding your money? You're grown, man. Like,
well, because he can trust himself because he likes to gamble and party
away.
Respect that. But at the same time, like, why wouldn't you just send it to your wife?
Here's a novel idea. I don't know.
Who had been supporting and working 2 jobs and taking care of kids. Like,
I hope they work though, because I do like them as a couple. They seem like when they're happy, they're pretty happy.
And Devin's really balanced.
I don't know, because her mom. We didn't talk about the mom. Her mom ain't.
Mom, I disagree.
You didn't watch that episode, did you? Where they were driving and all
Yes,
that?
I did.
Oh,
I think that
ain't balanced to me.
Maybe not balanced. I think Devin is more balanced. I think that her mom is. She comes around.
Yeah, because she did say something that was very.
She's just like, they seem happy, and I want them to be happy, and I want them to work. She's like, it's selfish. She goes, I want her to come back, and I know that it's selfish.
And I thought that was a pretty cool moment of clarity where she's like, okay, maybe I need to take a step back. So I don't think they make it. You think they make it? If you think they make it, do they go like lifelong, or you think they got 10 years? And
I don't know because they're both fairly young, but I see them having more children.
Okay. They shouldn't, but all right. Let's get into this next one. Janae
and Sumit.
Not
gonna last. Not gonna even get started. To be quite honest with you.
Oh no, I disagree. I totally disagree. Jenny will do. This woman gave up everything and has been back several times. Yeah,
twice.
Jenny, he could go out and raw dog 5 strangers and she'd make an excuse for it.
Giving a little backstory, Jenny is from the United States. Sumit is in India. And Jenny went over there for the first time, sold all of her junk, her car, her apartment, her everything.
Her self-worth.
Yes. And moved in with Sumit. And when she was living there, all of a sudden, he disappeared for 2 weeks. She couldn't get a hold of him.
Could you imagine?
She was panicked. She's in a foreign country. And guess where he was? His wife's house.
Yeah.
Because he was already married. He had an arranged marriage.
His wife, or he had his parents? I thought he was at his parents.
Wife's house.
Oh.
Yeah, because she found out that he was cheating on her.
What would you do if I just think home for 2 weeks?
Not let you back in when you came home.
Like,
you know what I would do? I'd ghost you.
Come back to an empty house.
I'd leave everything. Have fun moving that shit by yourself.
Yeah, it'd be weak.
But you know what I would take? Left shoes.
Do you want to tell that story?
No.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take all the left shoes.
She does like mentally
petty. Oh, I like to mess with people.
Abusive things. Not like
wow.
No, they are though. But
I mean,
could be worse. But I mean, they're on the lower side of abuse. They're not like on the.
I haven't done it in a really long time.
Yeah.
I did it when I was much younger, but I took all the left shoes, and he was very pissed.
Yeah. So you did want the whole story?
No.
You did though.
No, I didn't. I just. Anyways. Yes.
Yeah. I think Jenny's a really foolish woman, and I ain't trying to sound like a hater, but what's so appealing? See, these.
Oh, she is in her 60s and he's in his 30s.
You know who we need to talk about too is lady who's with Williams. When we get into like
that's not
couple.
That's
the lady.
I don't really want to talk about mamas right now.
Because what I was just thinking about, like these older women, like the desperation level that starts to kick in.
And when her and Sumit first started talking, he catfished her. So he already builds lies on top of lies, and so had an arranged marriage. His parents found out, and his wife found out. They tried to like beat the shit out of Jenny. They all came to the apartment, and like they were trying to fight with her.
We never really got an explanation of what that was either.
We didn't either, and I don't think that we ever will.
Yeah.
And so she came back home, and then she's like, you know what? I still love Sumit, and he was like, Jenny, and then she moved.
Do that again for me.
It was my Forrest Gump impression.
That's why I'm giggling. It was
like, are you sure that it was good? Because I feel like you're.
No, if it was bad, I wouldn't have done anything. You know how I am. I'd have just looked at you and been like,
okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, but when Bo gets annoyed with Ann Weezy.
I know. People are commenting on YouTube about it. Anyway, go
on. Jenny, but and she's like, Sumit, but
the pressure's over.
Okay, sorry. But yes, and so now she's like, I love him so much, and the D is so good. I'm gonna move back to India twice, the second time after she lived on her daughter's couch for like 9 months. and he's currently getting divorced, and they have to get approval from his mom and dad in order for them to get married, and I don't think they're gonna get that approval.
That's another thing about watching the other way that's really, really impactful is like, here we rebel from our parents to drop a hat. Like as soon as we turn 17, we're like, look, you don't know anything, I'm done. But in other countries, you'd be 45 and be like, please, mom, I need to do. And
you're supposed to take care of your parents and stuff like that.
Oh boy, yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't. No, I think they make it. I think Jenny is, and also the reason I think they make it is because she's already given up so much. You get to a point where you give up so much, you can't have something not work.
I mean, I guess they're not going to be able to get married because they're not going to get that blessing, and they can literally block them.
Well, and to Simi's credit, as much lying and stuff,
he's a bitch.
Did, wow.
Sorry. He's a nice guy. He's just so goddamn stupid.
No, but he did file for divorce. He has been fighting for her. I mean, I don't really respect him a ton.
I'm more of like a little too late kind of person.
I know, but it don't take much to put you off, man.
It really doesn't.
I'm amazed I'm still here. I don't know how.
Bro, some days you aren't.
You heard it here, folks. First, heard it here first, folks. Yeah, I think they're gonna make it. I think they're gonna make it. I think she would literally chop off her, foot to stay with him. Like,
all right, well, I think they're gonna run away to a different country.
Jen, if you ever see this, tell us why.
Is the D that good?
I've seen nothing from his personality or from like.
I think he's probably goofy and fun.
He seems like he genuinely cares.
He loves her. Yeah, he loves her so much. Real, but the love is there.
I love pizza. I'm not about to give up my life for it, so I don't know. Maybe I could never have it again.
Pizza?
Yeah. I don't think I'd move to India for it, though. Like, if there was no pizzas in America, I'm not moving to India for it. I'm just not eating it no more. I'm just saying, I love things, too, but...
I mean...
When I moved to India for you, if you had everything set up and, like, you were wealthy there, yes. But if it was the same situation we got here, nah. We'll FaceTime.
Okay.
All right, let's move on. Let's see. All right, so this is an interesting one to me. The girls' names escape me. Binyam and
Ariel.
Ariel?
Ella? Ariella?
No, it's Ariel, I think.
Ariella.
Yeah, something like that.
I think it's Ariela.
We'll call her A.
Pregos.
Pregs.
What is her? I have it up. I don't know why you're asking me. I literally have it up.
Yeah, no, that was the reason I looked at you and said that. Yes. Communication standards around here. Also, your shirt is fire, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
She got a Tupac multicolored joint going, and I'm impressed.
Thanks. I'm glad that you like this. Ariella.
Okay.
Ariella.
What do you think? Okay, real quick. I'm sorry. I asked you that I would have jumped in. Him playing the bongos on his ex-girlfriend's booty.
Oh, man.
It really wasn't her booty. It was like her
WAP
area.
WAP is what it was. The WAP area. Okay, so Ariella is from the States and Binyam is from Ethiopia. And so she also is one of the few that got pregnant very early into the relationship. And so now she's moving to Ethiopia and she's like 8 months pregnant and her mamas came too. They were touring apartments or houses and they don't have running water. They have like a bucket of water, which it's Ethiopia. Like, what do you expect?
You go to a third world country, you're not going to, a fancy hotel. It's not the Ritz-Carlton.
No, and even their hotel is not like a fancy hotel. You feel me? Like, it's just not like, but they do have indoor plumbing. So that's nice. But,
a little something.
Yes. So obviously they're still getting to know each other because, she's just newly pregnant. And not even newly pregnant, but like they're new to the relationship. Right. The fam seems very like, inviting towards her, his family.
Yeah, and vice versa. His mom has been okay. She hasn't been like standoffish. She's asked some good questions,
but the thing that's complicated and why they're a little standoffish, like obviously besides having a stranger come in and like marry your family, he has had another woman from the United States come. They had a baby together. They broke up, and she took the baby back to the United States. Yeah, and so they're very fearful that it's going to happen again. Right. He is a dancer by trade. Yeah. And like Beasky Boski was saying, he was playing with the WAP.
Yeah, so
Mad disrespectful
so
with his
him,
ex-girlfriend.
So the moms and her and the moms go to
Ariella.
Ariella and mom go to watch him perform at this club, and he performs till like 3 in the morning, and he's dancing with this super flexible dancer. I mean, flexible, like legs behind the head type flexible, and she's doing all this stuff, and she looks good. She got a good body, all that stuff. And at the end of the set, like the end of their dancing, she does this thing where she's on her like she's
a handstand.
And she's got her legs spread, and he's between the legs, and he's like playing the bongos like, up her leg, and it ends on her like right next to her. I mean, it's her taint area. I mean,
no, it is WAP.
And it was like
territory,
was right? Like this close.
It's
to
like
his face.
Like here's his chin, here's WAP, and like this. Can that not be a name for it now?
I'm just thinking like I wonder how many people watch this are gonna know what that means. I think enough probably will because it was a pretty popular song. But I'm gonna
refer to that area as
I think they make it though.
No.
No.
She's gonna give birth in Ethiopia, which they do have actually decent medical care there. The
hospital they went to, they checked out looked like
right. I can't imagine it working out.
I think it will because she's very patient, and he seems he might be playing, he might be running.
I think he's playing. Like I think he's playing games.
I don't know, man. I
there's something shifty about him that I don't like.
He seems like a decent dude. I don't know. He didn't really have a good explanation for why him and his ex didn't work out. He didn't really have anything to say about that. He said that
she was really jealous.
He said something like, a girl at the club kissed him on his shirt, and he tried to wash it off.
And got lipstick on his shirt? Yeah. Why wouldn't you, if you got lipstick on your shirt from some weird reason, I'd feel you just tell me.
Well, my thing is, it depends on the amount, right? Because if you have lipstick in one spot, it's
okay, so if someone gave you a hug, right, and I got a little bit of lipstick right here, cool, not a big deal.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be pleased though. I don't think you'd be like, oh, that's okay, babe. I think you'd be like, yeah, don't let that shit happen again.
Right, but I wouldn't blow it out of proportion. Obviously, if there's fucking stroke. Not to curse, and it just comes out.
It's all good. You know the bitch can. No
I feel like you need to bleep me.
Get a bleep button.
Yeah, just me.
It's all good.
But if you had it on your collar and stuff, but for me, I think perfume would be a bigger issue. Because if you smell like a girl's perfume, that means they were on you.
They got to be pretty, and for a period of time too, because that stuff clings. It's not like
lipstick and makeup is very transferable. That's not.
And you've hugged me and ruined shirts for the day, so
that's true. I don't know. I cake face, so it's fine.
Not really, but they just rub it off sometimes.
Yeah. But no, I can't imagine them working out.
I see it just because of her patience, and I don't really see him doing.
But
something.
She is not.
I feel like even if he cheated, she'd forgive him at some point.
I don't know that. Oh my ears are ringing.
Huh?
My ears ringing.
She didn't seem to have that.
I think that she has very clear boundaries.
I wholeheartly disagree.
Really?
Yeah, he had his ex had her coaching his face. I mean, and she was calm, but she was just sitting there
Well, she knew about it. It wasn't like it was a surprise.
I thought that was weird too. The mom was like, "Oh, she's flexible."
Because her mom. Oh, that's gross. Don't talk. Yeah, no.
I thought it was all uncomfortable.
If your mom was like, "Hey, that woman's flexible," I'd be like,
and then he was like, "She's cute." Oh man,
she was. I don't. Yeah, mom was just.
But to her credit, girl was Ariella was sitting there yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
So that's why I don't think
I don't know. Maybe you're right. Yeah. I just don't think so. I think that it's just he's gonna cross a boundary of hers, and she's gonna be like, "I'm done."
Yeah, I don't see it. We'll see though. I like them as a couple personally. I just feel like.
I just don't. I think
they don't have any big secrets.
There's something off about him. Yeah, we don't know yet.
That's true. We don't. Yeah, that's true.
I think there's something wrong.
We'll find out. You usually call these things. Oh, here we go.
Ooh, Marco.
Okay, we got other couples. You just guess it. And they're not on this show.
Oh, they're on the other one.
Yeah. Sorry. It's Colt.
Oh, they're on the other. Are they on the other way?
I don't know. Maybe I got it wrong. Did I get it wrong?
I think they might be, because he's in Colombia right now.
I don't know. We're talking about them now. If they're on the show, you guys let us know. Correct us below. We're not perfect. We're just a couple people trying to be successful.
Okay, so Colty and Larissa. Larissa? No T. Right.
Larissa needs to stop openly disrespecting people when she fights with them. She called Eric a little B, and she was like,
she called him P word.
Yeah, she for somebody whose freedom is on the line.
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't do that.
She gives none.
Yeah.
She is really, really brave and stupid.
I do respect that gangster, but it's like you gotta have something before you can be a thug.
Get your own place and then be a thug.
You can't be a thug like depending on people. That doesn't work.
Yeah. So Colt and Larissa, I don't like. I guess
You
Colt.
do a backstory?
I don't even like. Okay, there's just between Colt and Larissa, he brought her over, and they had a lot of domestic violence issues. He called the police on her a lot. His mom meddled in the relationship way too much.
Debbie's the worst.
We'll get to Debbie.
Debbie's a trash can to me.
Long story short, they got divorced. Yeah. But now Larissa is still in the States, which is okay. Cool. With Ediki, and she puts an E at the end of everything.
Yes.
And
it's like, why is nobody? I mean, I guess she's gonna do it if she wants to, but I'd be like,
Colty?
Is that a necessary thing?
I don't know. And then what's his face? Colt still lives with Mama Deb, and he is currently dating Jess, who is also from South America.
Brazil. They're both Brazilian.
Are they? I couldn't remember.
No, it's all good.
Yes, and she is also nuts, but not as bad. Colt is just a manipulating liar who lies, and Debbie is just
Colt
a mess.
Colt to me is the definition of failing upwards.
He really does.
Like, he offers nothing.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. He's frumpy looking.
He's not even like wealthy. I mean, I can see,
and he's not like charming.
No, there's nothing. I don't even. If Jess isn't using him for a green card,
I don't know what's wrong with her.
But she's not that bright.
Well, like, so the first date that they went on, he was like, you want to go back up to my room and make it this sexy?
No, she initiated that, though. Don't blame him for that.
No, he said it, though. He's like, so I'm guessing we're going to go up to my room and have sex.
But she mentioned, she's like, Brazilian girls love sex. I love sex.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah. But even still, like, it was just weird.
At that point, if you put it out there, I'm like, all right, let's get out of here.
No, but like, you'd be like, hey, let's go back to my room. Be subtle.
Yeah, he
was
Be sexy.
Like, sex?
Like,
in like a non-attractive Clark Kent way.
And I don't know, she seems to be pretty attracted to him, man.
She's very attractive. Like, we got to see him in a Speedo, and that was
like, are you drugged? Is he drugged you? How is this happening?
But Deb, his mom, is a meddling meddler.
Deb's trash can.
Yeah, he's like,
I got. She's not ugly. I look at her, I'm like, you're not unattractive. Why would you do that? But anyway, he slept with her, but then she decided they should just be friends.
He decided that.
He decided? No, I remember it being
because she wants to be friends. She wants to.
No, I think it was her that said that. No, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was her. Anyway, it's not even really that important. So he told Jess that he would stop talking to her, which Jess is the girl he's seeing now, and sent her screenshots of some kind of phony conversation that he concocted, saying that, stop talking to me, I'm happy with Jess, yada, yada, yada. Well, Debbie, the mom, who is terrible.
Who they are all in Brazil right now.
Yeah, they all went to Brazil to visit Jess's family. So she has Vanessa watch her cats because she doesn't want Colt to marry Jess. She's trying to. So when they all get back to the room, she just throws this little comment out there. She's like, oh, Vanessa said the cats are doing good.
And then Jess goes ghost white and she's like, who?
Yeah, her you just do that look like, huh?
And then she's like, yeah, Vanessa. And then Jess just goes off on Colt. Yeah. And then...
Well, she went downstairs and texted her. She got the number from his phone, which is kind of low-key thug. Grabbed the number, went downstairs, and was like,
you need to tell me what's going on.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, Deb is telling Colt, like, this is just another Larissa. Like, I want to say Larissa, but it's Larissa.
Larissa. That's how she says
Larissa. But there's no T. No. And I'm like, for some reason,
Larissa?
Yeah, that's exactly how I want to say it. But it's Larissa. Yeah. And yeah, so Debbie's just saying, hey, this is another Larissa issue. Yeah. Like, you're doing all you can. You should be able to have friends. And like,
she's gassing him up.
Right. And so he's like, ho, I should have friends.
He always doing the glasses take off.
That's what he does. This is what he does. He like does this. And I'm like, homie, they in the same spot they were. Stop touching them.
You get some context or somewhere.
Like, you're not smart.
Yeah, I don't like him. I think if I had to rank the people I don't like, actually, I'm going to do that. I think we're going to rank the characters we like and we don't like at the end.
They're not characters, but yes.
They are. It's a show. They are kind of characters. And they're all individually kind of characters. So,
anyways, so then he goes downstairs to find Jess. And Jess is like, you need to leave me alone.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay, whatever. So he sits in the room. She texts Vanessa, and Vanessa's like, no, we talk every day.
Ain't that messed up every day though?
Yeah, we talk
Like,
every
bro,
day,
you
and I
couldn't-
see him. I saw him before we left.
Like, bro, you couldn't like just cool out?
So Jess does the best thing in the world. She books it in 6-inch heels, up in the elevator. As soon as she gets to that door, that shoe comes off and she chucks it hard. And she's like, "You lying sack!" Blah 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 blah.
Yeah. I thought she was gonna swing on him.
I thought she was too, but and that's wrong. Let me say that I think that it's very wrong.
Good for you for making sure that that's clear.
But he did something that I really don't like. Is he started like cornering her?
Yeah,
She walked into the bathroom and he went in there and she had to like kind of like push him back to get away.
And in the elevator too.
Did the same thing down the hall and he's like trying to force himself on her and she's like no, and she packed her bags and she's like, I'm gonna go have sex with my ex because this is what you want to do.
I didn't like that, man. I didn't like that.
I also didn't like it, but I understand why she was like, since you want to be so close to your ex-girlfriend, I'm gonna go do the same thing.
Yeah,
not healthy by any means.
Like that. Cause she was quick to say it, and she like. It seemed like, in my opinion, they had been talking because
we don't know.
To hop in that, well, we don't know for sure.
She could have went to her friend's house. She had plenty of friends back
home. Oh, that's a good point.
Yes.
I didn't think about that.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that makes it a little bit more realistic because I'm thinking like you had that set up pretty quickly and you got that Uber and you had your stuff ready to go to a place. You went somewhere. Where'd you go?
Well, you know what? That was the last day in Brazil too, so she was already mostly packed. And so, like, I don't think it would have been much for her to have been like, I'm just going to go dip, stay somewhere else for the night, and then leave tomorrow. Yeah. And so, I don't think they're going to make it. And I hope they don't make it because
I don't know. I think she's going to take
Jess
him back.
Deserves so much better than Mama Debbie and Colty.
Yeah, Mama Debbie's trash. She's
and if I could tell Mama Colt.
If you see this, Debbie, this is how we feel.
I just feel like you need to let go. Cut the umbilical cord, Colt. Colt is the product of his environment. You created that, and the fact that he's not self-sufficient at 47 years old or however old he is,
he's 34. That's
a you issue. And the fact that he has to validate himself with women outside of the country. He can't find someone local. He just doesn't. He's a lot wrong.
Well, for me, I don't blame her for going with him. I didn't knock her for that. No,
I do. She invited herself. They didn't even ask Jess. They just took over the entire trip and was like,
well, I'm not talking about how it happened. I'm
okay.
talking about the fact that she wanted to look out for her son. I'm okay with that. But at the dinner, like she wasn't
with Jess's family.
Yeah, dinner with Jess's family. She wasn't like an elder statesman like she's supposed to be. She's not supposed to get rattled. She's not supposed to be like.
No,
she's supposed to be like the classy, cool.
She's trashy.
Like, yeah, she is. And
everything's about her. She's a victim always. Yeah. Like, she got upset. Obviously, Colt and Jess were making out when they first saw each other in the car, and she's uncomfortable.
That was so gross.
It was uncomfortable. Ugh. But then she's like, I'm going to go to the hospital because you guys aren't paying attention to me.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, she's definitely...
well, and that's, I think, again, going back to Colt and Larissa, like, they had a lot of issues as well. But I do think that they would have been minimized a little bit more if Debbie wasn't there being crazy. Because Larissa wasn't even allowed to decorate the house. Like, her house, she wasn't allowed to decorate it.
Well, and I think Debbie's genuinely unhappy in her life, and you see it. Like, it's a palpable thing.
She's territorial, so she sees someone coming in and trying to date her son. She's like, that's mine. I created, that's mine. Yeah,
like, if you want to be with Debbie or if you want to be with Colt, you're gonna have to like get with Debbie.
You have to love Debbie first.
Yeah. And Debbie's trash. So now I don't think Colton just working a long time. I think she's gonna take it back. I think I'll try it again. But he's not a smart guy, and he's gonna ruin that. Larissa, I think she ends up back in Brazil. I think she playing with fire too much, man. I think her temper. Yes. I don't think she stays in the States.
So she was staying with one of her friends. Then her and the friend kind of had a falling out. So she moved back in with her ex-boyfriend.
No, they never falling out. She told him that if she went back to her ex, she was kicking her out.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, because she told her, they sat down and she was like, I don't like Eric, and if you get back together with him, you can't be here. Which her friend is super dope. Because even when everything went down with them, she said, if you need to come back here, you can. Like, her friend, like, that woman Carmen is cool.
And so she is she's a roommate with a roommate. Like, I don't understand. Like, she is living with Eric, and then they have a roommate together, all living in separate rooms. They're trying to work on their relationship, but like still kind of be separate. And I think that he is a bad guy.
Yeah, he seems weird.
There's something wrong with
he
him.
does seem really weird. Yeah.
Basically he
looked like one of them like Chesters, you know, like
yeah,
I
would agree. That's what that's the vibe that he gives me.
Yeah.
If anybody doesn't know what Chester is,
look it up, man.
Yeah, Chester the M. But it is, he creeps me out. And so basically they got in a fight recently because she saw something from his ex-girlfriend saying, basically he said that her sex was really bad.
And that was, I felt bad for her because you could tell she was truly hurt by that.
Her feelings were so hurt. She's like, you can say whatever you want about me. She's like, but those are my intimate details that we had together. Why are you telling people that I'm bad?
And then she was even like, I haven't done it that much. Like she was just
she's like, I haven't
even done this.
She's like, I don't have experience in it. And the fact that you didn't tell me like, hey, we could do something different. Like she was really genuinely hurt.
And she showed it too. All the emotion she showed. You could just see like
and she didn't even get like ragey. Like she kind of did, but like she pulled it back very quickly, and then she just cried and made me sad.
What do you think about
her
her going through the phone though? You think that was a poor decision? Because she did tell him, as Eric stated, that they were moving on. Everything in the past was in the past, and then she goes and finds that.
You know what? I think that she did it because she didn't want to be there with him anymore.
Oh, you think she did it like a self-sabotage?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's a good angle. I wouldn't have thought of that.
But also, I think she didn't have any closure from the fight because basically all he did was wash his hands and say, "We're not going to talk about it anymore.
Yeah,
it's done. We're not talking about it anymore." And that's not good for anybody.
And it was her phone.
She bought the phone and was like, "Yeah, you can use it till you get a new phone," and he just never got a new phone.
Yeah.
And
he wasn't planning on
no, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. And so she took it back, and then the other roommate's like, "Well, if you don't give his phone back, then we're gonna call the police on you."
I can see her going off for that. That was such a weird, like, cowardly punk thing to do.
Yeah, and she's like, "You're gonna call the police on me for my phone that I bought."
She made me laugh. She's like, "Get out of my life, B." Click. She is kind of a thug.
She is.
Like, you just got to get some of your own stuff before you go throw it around the thug.
So it kind of left it on like, we don't know what's gonna happen moment. Yeah, but I don't think that Eric, obviously, and her are gonna last. I do hope she finds some happiness, and I really do hope that she gets some therapy that she needs. I think that she has some issues with herself, or just she struggles with things and she carries things, and I'm sure that she has a lot of guilt from the whole Colt situation and even this Eric situation. I think that she really should deal with that, but I don't think she's a bad person.
Well, I think my one thing for her is I hope she like changes her expectation of what a guy should be, because with Colt and with Eric, it's been a lot of focused on you should take care of me, the money thing. Even that date like, she went on with that one dude.
Like, don't be stingy.
You good over there?
Yeah, I just had a bump in my arm. I didn't know what it was from. Anyway, it's fine.
So yeah, I hope she like can, if she can change her expectations of what a guy should be and just somebody that treats her well and tries his best to take care of her, I think she'll be in a better spot. But the whole you should be buying, because she even said, she's like, you should buy my boobs, you should buy this, you should buy this.
You should buy my boobs too.
Huh?
You should buy my boobs too.
Who?
You. Your kid like destroyed them.
Huh? Nah, man, they was looking fire in the stream. Get out of here, man. We're not doing that. All right, let's move on. Are you done with this? You got anything else?
No.
All right, so I think we might have finished. Yeah, that was the last one from the other way. All right, now let's get into the other one.
Happily Ever After.
Happily Ever After. And we're starting with Tanya and Sinju.
Not going to make it.
Yeah, no, there's no chance. There's no.
Which makes me so sad. I think they could really balance each other.
Nah, they just need different people.
No, I think that they could balance each other, but I do think that they're both super rigid in who they are, and they don't want to compromise. And I think that's going to be their downfall.
Tanya's a driven person.
She's very driven.
She's going to get what she wants. And she needs somebody who maybe isn't on that level of drivenness, but is at least like more toward a professional job. She wants a family. And she wants all these things. Sinju ain't that dude, man.
Well, I think I agree with that. Yeah. But I also feel like Tanya is she's wound very tightly.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And Sinju is very loving and carefree, and that's why I'm saying they could really balance each other if they were both going to be, if they would both come to a compromise.
Costa Rica, though, wasn't she?
We're not going to talk about that.
You took that 3-month hiatus. She was way carefree.
No, she was gone for 30 days out of the 90.
She was out there getting to the clubs every night out there.
She was. Anyway. But really, though, I think that Sinju could be yin to her yang. I do really think that. Yeah, but they just need to have a lot of growth in between both of them. I think that she needs to be a little bit less like rigid, but he also needs to have responsibility, and he's not doing so.
What I think it would require for them to get on the same page is Sinju would have to hit rock bottom and do something really, really something bad, and really have that wake up.
DUI.
DUI or like get into a fight and get arrested and maybe get charged. Like it would have to be something to really change his life for him to really like come out of the stage he's in.
For sure.
And I don't know if she'd be there through that. To be honest with you, I can't see her sticking by him getting this even like a 60-day jail sentence. I just don't see her putting up with that. I see her being like, you know what? No,
that's not what I want out of my husband.
Yeah, because remember they haven't even come together on the kid thing. She's like trying to have kids yesterday, and he's like,
he doesn't want to have kids. Yeah, he doesn't want to have kids right now, and she wants to have kids because her biological clock is ticking, and she made that very known.
Yeah.
But then she wants to stay in Connecticut where it's cold as balls, and he wants to live somewhere that's not as cold because he's from South Africa.
Yeah,
like he was like, I want that climate back. Like he's very climate depressed right now.
Yeah.
And so I think, like I said, I think that if they were both to compromise, it would work.
When in the preview of the next episode, he was like, I may not go back. And I'm like, he's not joking.
Yeah, no, he said, because they're in South Africa visiting his family because his brother had a blood clot in his leg and it was very scary. So they decided to go ahead and visit. And his family kind of puts him on a pedestal, I feel like. Granted, it's only been one episode where we really see his family interaction.
I don't think so. I just think they love him. You know what I mean? I just think
I don't have family love, bro. I don't understand.
Like, I don't understand that. No, I just think they love him. I think, and I think his mom knows who he is. I mean, she didn't seem like she was super complimentary of him. She just seems like, I know my kid. You know?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and I think when your kids are that age, you know
who they are.
You know,
of course.
Yeah. So, I don't think they make it. I think, I don't know. I think Tanya, I think they both could have great relationships with people, but they both need somebody closer to who they are. I think they're so far in the opposite end of the spectrum. Like if he had a girl that was kind of a partier, but also like in school and was like, yo, I can't be doing that stuff every night. I'll give you like 2 nights a week, but I can't, you know what I mean? But Tanya seems kind of like, she's like, nah, I just want to be home.
Well, she's a broken leg.
Well, yeah, that's true.
And they're also like,
super broken too. Not
yeah.
even like
not
pins
just
in the ankles.
And they are also like broke.
Yeah.
So like she's really stressed, and I think that when she's not as stressed, she's a little more fun and carefree. But like
that's true.
But the real world is kind of knocking her down, and Sinjin's just like, well, old buddy, old sir, like we're good.
You remember the airport where he like left her?
Oh my god, he's like I felt bad that she was just limping behind, but I was so excited.
Yeah, he was like taking off on her. I do think they're one of the more interesting couples to me, though. You know,
I love their dynamic.
Yeah, well, not only that, I like the drama too. Like, they have real drama, and she like when he pulled off in that car, and she immediately started tearing up because
she had PTSD.
PTSD, yeah, she was.
It's real. Yeah, it's real.
That was very palpable, very strong. All right, next we got do it now, Michael. I hate this woman. I want to look at the camera so you can see me if you ever watch it.
Angela, baby.
I don't like
Angela, baby.
I don't like it. If you threaten me like you do other people, I'll put you on your back, man. We ain't even doing that. Cause she be yapping. I'm not actually gonna do it.
I'll do it.
Okay, you're up.
I got you. You know what, Angela and Michael.
She's just terrible. Angela is a terrible human.
I do not. She takes care of her family. Don't disrespect her like that.
She's an ashtray.
No, don't.
No. She's I'm putting cigarettes out of her.
No.
She
takes care of her family. She takes care of her grandbabies. She takes care of her mama. She doesn't have to do that. You stop.
I don't like her.
I know
with a raging passion.
I know, and I don't like her.
Trash.
I think. Anyways, okay, so Angela's in her mid to late 50s.
Go on.
And Michael is in his 30s, and he is from Nigeria.
I like Mike too, man.
I don't.
What?
I don't dislike Mike.
What's wrong with Mike?
I don't know.
I want facts, man.
I'll get to it.
That's like me disrespecting Alexi, you know?
Don't you dare speak his name here.
Man. Mike's my man. Although he did seem soft when she smashed that cake in his face.
Man, she did. So they have some domestic violence issues.
On her end?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Why she's an ashtray?
Okay. She visits Nigeria a lot. He is very young, and his friends don't like her because she's very confrontational. If she thinks that you are spouting off in any kind of way, she will get in your face real quick. 0 to 100 quick. Like, it is aggressive. Yeah, she's just very aggressive. But currently, she is in Nigeria to get married to Michael after 5 years. Yeah. And he is really struggling because they just got the news that she doesn't have any eggs left, which means she cannot produce an heir for him.
Heir.
an heir for
King
him.
Michael III.
She can't produce an heir, and that's very, very important in Nigeria culture.
They laid that out so clearly leading up to this. Like he was very, very
I
specific.
want to have a baby.
And now the fact that she can't, she's pressing him like
she's manipulating him, saying, "Hey, like, you don't." Yep. She's like, "If you don't want to marry me, then you don't love me enough, or if because we don't have a kid, you don't love me enough."
You should have said facts.
And he's like, "Hey, like this has been very like it's been contingent on you having a baby and producing a baby. Like that's how you have the family's blessing is saying, hey, I have one good egg left." And we're gonna get pregnant. Which why are you going to be pregnant in your 60s? I don't even know.
He should have said, "Here's the thing, facts." That's what he should have said.
But yes, and so I think that she takes care of her family. I think that she is very loving. I do think that she has a lot of bad tendencies. I don't think that she is healthy in the way she projects herself, or even her relationships. I think are fairly unhealthy.
It's trash.
Oh my god, you're so stupid. I do think that she's very demanding. She is very MAGA heavy.
Positive against 70 negatives.
You know what? She has her flaws. You know, we don't know her history, her background. I don't know any of that.
I know her background.
If you say trash, landfill.
Garbage.
No, I think that you're being very harsh.
No, I don't like. No, but I feel like this from day one.
And Michael's just stupid. Michael's a lying liar who lies, and he's stupid.
No, the reason I don't like Angela is because she forces her thoughts on other people, and she bullies people.
Very ignorant,
and she bullies people. Like when the friends were there and they were trying to talk to her and like point out some things that they saw, the way she was disrespectful. She threw the drink in the dude's face. Like, and she does things because she's an older white lady.
And she can get away with those things.
Exactly.
I agree with you there.
I don't like that, man. Because especially with no black dudes, you're trying to incite them. No, man. Like she.
That's fair. Garbage. That's fair. I just don't like trashing people.
I have no issue with it, especially when they deserve it. Because and then like she's mad because what always makes me mad is like
she didn't do any research.
No, she didn't do any research. But my thing is, we're both expectation heavy people. If you
Absolutely.
if you say something, you expect it to be followed through on it. You expect to be clear about it. So he was excruciatingly clear about the fact that he wanted a kid.
Absolutely.
And for her to be like, so you're not. I wish she'd have been like, yeah, that's what it is, man. I told you. So,
yeah, and she's mad disrespectful, like as far as like
even to his family,
to him. If he talks to a woman, if he looks at a woman. One time he was on a boat with all his friends, and there happened to be a woman in the background, and she flipped her shiznit.
Now I'll never defend her, but I will say at one point he did get a blowjob. So remember that?
Oh yeah, he got a jibber at the club.
Yeah.
Well, no, absolutely. So I get it. I get why she's like that, but at the same time, it's definitely not healthy, and that should have been a clean break. Like you.
When did she dump that cake?
She smushed his face happy birthday style whap in the face.
Like things like that are indicative of like you don't respect somebody.
Well, and my thing is like you can't come to the States and bring him here and do that to him because he will get arrested.
And that's what I'm saying. She has no thought when she's mad. She has. I'm not gonna act like I don't have a temper. I don't get mad and like. But come on, man. Like the stuff she does is just next level disrespectful.
Yeah, and like I said, you can't bring a black man.
And then every 2 minutes she's trying to lead a relationship. At some point, it's like bye.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. She wants to find an excuse.
Mike's not a bad looking dude. Why you dating a woman? And also, why are you dating a woman 30 years older than you?
Because he has said that he wants to come to America.
Okay, but that's the only vessel to do so. I gotta figure there's some wealthier, more
attractive,
non-horrible people that you can.
He's invested. He loves her.
Why?
I don't know.
Hey Mike,
maybe
man,
she got that bomb.
Mike, hit me on the gram. Why?
That bomb wop.
The wop is dry. She got that dop. Ain't nothing going on. Dust coming out that joint. We should move on. Oh God.
Do a dop a daisy? Because you said dop.
I'm not a fan. Oh God, that's another one that's tough to talk about for me. Asuelu and Kalani. Family's got to go. Family's got to go.
I am so very hurt. Asuelu is from Samoa.
Samoa. You say it the right way. I don't. Samoa.
Yeah. Samoa.
Yeah. So it's Kalani though. I mean, she's not from
her
there,
family. Her family is. Her dad is. And
that's another situation where she got pregnant quick.
Yes. She was visiting, and bingo, bango, bongo, sperm met egg.
Pull-out games are awful.
And
these foreign pull-out games are not what they need to be.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, it wasn't great. And so then she had a baby, and she brought him over, obviously, to the United States. And Asuelu, she's in her late 20s, early 30s. He's like 24.
24, yeah.
So he's pretty young. She lost her virginity to him.
What? I didn't.
Yeah, she was a virgin until she met him.
No.
Unfortunate, right?
Well, it's what it is.
Unfortunate.
It is what it is, I guess.
But they have very beautiful boys.
Oh yeah, they boys
They're
are cute.
so cute.
They're a good looking couple too.
Oh yeah, no, I love her. I think she's stunning. But Asuelu being from, again, a third world country, women take care of the baby. They take care of the house. They do all of those things. He's very clear
about that in the beginning.
And even now, still, and men do work. And so he has had a lot of issues because not only because he is still ignorant because he is young, but her family
because he's from there. I'm like, no,
ignorant because he's young. But but Kaylani's family is also very like.
Dad's a thug.
We'll get to him.
Dad was ready to Fred Flintstone him upside the head.
Oh yeah, no. But his family was very against them being together because he is from Samoa.
Yeah, and his dad don't like.
No, he doesn't like the culture because he's like, I don't want my girls to be treated like that, and I know how they treat women, and that's never okay. So, do I think they're going to last? I hope so.
They're gonna make it. I think they're gonna make it.
But he's just so young, and that makes me nervous because he's stupid and he has that rage.
He had a tremendous amount of growth in this last episode for me. When he was talking family. When he was talking to his family, because his family's garbage bags to me too.
So they went to go visit his family in Washington. His mom says, "You take care of me. I bring
$1,000.
Yeah. I want $1,000." And so he and gifts, because when you see them, you're supposed to bring gifts. And so he asked Kaylani, and Kaylani's like, we can't afford that. He's only working part-time, and they live with their family. Like, he's only working part-time at like a Auntie Anne's. I don't know why I don't like malfunction.
Stroke earlier, huh? We need to get you
burnt toast. Auntie Anne's like pretzel, like what's a pretzel?
Yeah, no, I know what you did when you said it. I was like, is that the British version of?
Anyways, I just like closed my eyes too. I had my contacts all messed up now. Right. But he works at a pretzel shop 20 hours a week, and they have no money. And she's like, we can't do that. Like, your kids come first.
And she's not working.
Yeah, and he was very upset, but like I think he realized like that's money out of his kid's mouth that he has to go to his mom's now. Like, and so they went and visited, and they're like, Asuelu, how much money you bring?
With a cash check.
How much money did you bring, Mama? And he goes, $100 and gifts, and they bought dinner, and like they're taking care of them, right?
Well, a lot of food too. At least like $70 worth of food. That was
easy at food trucks. Yeah. And she's just. And she's like, that's not your business. And she's like, well, it is actually my business.
Yeah. And then the mom jumped in,
and that's when she left because they thought that was disrespectful.
Yeah.
Because the man should be talking.
Yeah, I do think that. So I think they're gonna make it, and I think the reason is gonna be because of Kaylani's family and because of those boys, because they do have a good family dynamic. When you see them, like they look, and maybe that was your point about what's his name? Girl with the D, pretty pale.
Devin and Jihoon.
Thank you, Devin and Jihoon. Maybe that was your point, the family dynamic, because I feel like their family dynamic is really like I can tell he loves that family. I can tell she does too. I can tell they care about each other. But more over than that, I think the dad and the mom are really strong people. And the dad is gonna pull up when something pops off.
Oh, he will.
He's gonna be like, "Hey,
oh my gosh, I want him to adopt me. Like, can you ride for me like that?
You wouldn't want him to adopt you. He had you running laps in the morning, man. That dude don't play.
I mean, I could use to lose a few pounds. Like, I'm fine with it.
That man's a gangster.
Well, they have I think, I don't say this about a lot of people, and I feel like this is weird to say it, but I do think that Kaylani's mom and dad are relationship goals.
Yeah, they seem very stable.
I feel like they're very balanced.
Yep.
And like,
because even in the car when he was popping off at the mouth, calling her out of her name,
she's like, do not talk to my daughter
and
like
she
that.
was, but she wasn't like
she was calm.
crazy. Yeah, she didn't go all sideways. But she also knew she was gonna tell her.
Oh, she's like, I'm gonna tell Pops, and Pops is gonna pull up and bury you in Utah.
Yeah.
But I do think that will definitely help because they're both very level headed, and they obviously still know that their daughter can be wrong too, and all this stuff.
It's interesting. Even when the mom was explaining what was happening in the car, she still held back a few details because she knew her husband, and she's like,
I don't need to do that.
Yeah. She's like, let me just say, I'm not, because I think if he'd have told her that, I can see you on camera, bro. What you're doing right now looks funny. It looks like you're like juggling them.
I have like a really bad pain right here. Can you see? Right here, and it hurts.
Okay.
It's like when you run too much and like you get that side cramp, and you're like, I can't breathe. I'm gonna die. That's a cramp that hurts. Sorry.
You're good. I hope you're okay. If you don't make it, then it'll be funny to watch it on camera.
That's scarring for you.
I'm just kidding. It would be scarring. No, but yeah, they definitely have that, like, they just have a good dynamic, and yeah, I think
they have the support. I can see that. No, I hope they make it.
No, but
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't. That's not an option. It's a yes or no.
Yes.
Okay. I think I make it too. What else? Yes, but they're not that big of a deal to me. Like, I watched the show for the drama. I'm not getting it from them.
I just feel like there was some drama between them, and I just feel like he's so ignorant. But I also feel like she
is a little she's a little like,
she
doesn't always take his feelings into account.
No, she doesn't. Like
she's
like she wanted to visit. Asueli wanted to visit Samoa, and she was like, no, because there's a measles outbreak and the boys aren't old enough to get their vaccine. So we're gonna go to California with my family instead.
Yeah, that was wrong.
And then his feelings were hurt, and he's like, I wanted to go see my family, but instead we went to go see your family.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
And then she did not take that into account. So I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. But I like her though. She seems very strong. She seems fairly level headed for the most part too.
I agree.
So I think they'll make it. I think they'll be good. I think they'll probably have another kid because they seem to be popping them out.
Man, they got 2.
I know, and then they had a second one like pretty quickly too.
9 months.
Irish twins.
Man, that is ridiculous.
All right, man. Paul and Karine.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So let me start off by saying I do not promote domestic violence.
You said that earlier.
but very in particular because right now she has a restraining order. I don't know if she's still missing at this point.
No, she's found.
She's found.
Yeah.
Okay. Because late last week, she had went missing. He was arrested.
She did say she feared for her life though.
I bet. And her statement about Paul, like threatening her and raping her, and she felt like he was gonna kill her and her son. Like, I can only imagine being in a foreign country and your significant other who you love is doing that to you. I just can't even imagine. And Paul has a lot of history.
There's another mom problem here. I think her and Debbie win awards for worst moms ever. Because Paul's mom is trash too.
She is trash to him. She's been nothing but supportive to Karine.
No, that's true. That's true. I just meant in general, mom status.
Yeah, no, she is. Terrible. She's garbage. I feel like a lot of
she's not manipulative like outside of him, but she treats him bad.
She treats him like garbage, and that's why I think he has a lot of mental health issues.
Yeah, I totally agree because at one point she's calling him such an idiot and this and that, like just
like
this
why are you so stupid? Like
kids,
yeah,
man. Like
and so and
then she's always sorry I didn't cut you off, but like and then she's always like on his back that he can't find a job. He's a convicted felon.
Because he has
Finding a job ain't gonna be easy.
He arson and then stalking.
Well, yeah, it's his fault. But I'm saying like her.
Oh, I'm just saying why he has a felony.
Okay. Every 2 minutes being like, you can't find a job, Paul. Paul, you gotta take your kid. Paul, like he doesn't realize that. Like
he doesn't know. And so Karine is from the Amazon.
Mm-hmm. She's Brazilian too, though. In the Amazon in Brazil? I don't know. Forgive me, I don't know geography.
I don't know. All I know is that it was the Amazon. Yeah. Like by the actual river.
I'm like 15% sure she's
so that's not sure at all. But he was actually down there. He lived down there. She got pregnant pretty quickly. She had a miscarriage. They got married. Then she got pregnant again with Pierre. And
great name, by the way.
Huh?
I like Pierre as a name.
I do too.
I wouldn't use it for my child, but I like it.
And that baby's cute too. Yeah. All the babies are cute.
Every time a baby comes on, what do you do?
a baby.
Yeah.
Get me a puppy.
No, oh God, not here. Come on, man.
But that's what you say. That's what I say.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And so they were in the Amazon or wherever, Central America.
Not important.
Anyways, yes, not important. They moved here because he wanted her to have a better life, and basically that didn't happen. They're living in a studio that's extremely tiny, but she's happy with it.
I do feel like that house is better than anything they had in Brazil.
Absolutely.
Though. Yeah, I'm kind of like
their dilapidated apartment, and I was not comfortable with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has a history of lying, just not making smart decisions. And he is very
he's
controlling.
Too. Yeah, he's really quick tempered too.
He still has never learned Portuguese.
Like when, oh God, these translator apps too. I would have no patience for that.
And you know what? I have to give her credit. She was taking English classes and she gave birth and she was doing everything that she needed to do and being a very young mom.
I always love her attitude though. Sometimes she's like,
I could see why she has attitude with him because he doesn't do anything with his kid. You can't provide for nothing.
That's not fair. They don't show the kid on camera that much. We've seen every other couple's kid a lot more than we've seen Pierre.
Because he's still really young.
But I'm just saying, I don't think it's fair to attack.
And she's tired. She's moved to a new country. Like, it's very
I'm sure
exhausting.
She has reasons for it. I'm just saying, like,
oh yeah,
she's a lot of the times when you see her, she's mad about something, or she's got a bad look on her face, or she's irritated.
Oh yeah, it's Paul. And so yeah, no, they're definitely not going to make it. Obviously, not going to make it. And I hope that she goes back home and she stays safe with her baby and stays away from him.
And I very rarely would say just take the kid and go, but this is a take the kid and go situation.
I completely agree.
Yeah, I wouldn't normally advocate for that, but in this case, like
I would say that he needs to obviously go to counseling. He needs to do a lot of things in order to regain her trust to even feel safe with that baby. Because at this point, if you get a restraining order, there's something there that you clearly can't like. You know what I mean?
And he already has the jail stuff going on, man. Like, that is not what he needed.
Well, and then he also has the tendency to bolt, right?
Yeah, like he jumped out of the car with his mom was making him mad.
Or like he ran away from Karini when he told him about a record, and she was assaulted. Yeah. And with a guy with a machete, like.
He runs like Dr. Zoidberg.
And so you know what, I don't know that he's a bad guy. I just think that he has a lot of demons he has not dealt with. I do think that he might have some mental health issues.
Yeah, he needs some treatment for sure.
And so I think it's really unfortunate because I do feel for her. Now she has to be a single mom and take care of her kid, but she's doing what she needs to for Perry. So I'm really interested to see what the rest of the season has for them.
Yeah, I need her to move off of him for sure, and I need Paul to get. I think Paul gets. I think he gets shown in a really bad light on this show. They never show him doing anything positive. They never show a lot of the good moments between them. They show a lot of like his negative side. So my heart goes out to him just this much.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? Because I do think he wants the best for his family.
Of course, I think he does. And I do think that he loves them. I think that he loves Pierre and he loves Karini. But unfortunately, I think that he just has a lot of issues and that.
And I do think back in the day, Karini was on some slick stuff talking to the dude.
She was. She was absolutely. Again, but that goes back to, hey, we're 3,000 miles apart. We need to have boundaries. Like, we need to really know that I can talk to other people and be dick
well, you gotta
down.
cut off when she gets there, though. I mean, like, it seemed like she was doing it as he was there.
I thought it was when he was away and he saw it on social media.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't think they're a good match though. Like, some people just aren't. They aren't. They aren't. All right, we're getting close to in here. We got actually this is the last one. I hate this guy as well. Hate him with a passion. I don't like this guy. Andre. Alexi. I've been confusing him with Alexi a lot.
Not.
And she loves Alexi, so rage.
And then we'll talk about our favorite couples after this and the whole entirety.
Yes, Andre and Elizabeth. Where do we want to start with this? This is such a mess, man.
We argue about this every week.
I will say this, and I'll look at the camera for you too. Andre, I don't like you as a human being. You're trash.
No.
He's trash.
I don't think so.
He's just trash. He's a trash.
I do not think that him and Elizabeth are a good pairing.
He's trash. I don't like him at all. The way that he talks to people, the way he carries them. How can you be that confident and have nothing going for you? He's like a male version of Angela. But at least Angela has a job. What does he bring to the table?
He's a stay-at-home dad. He takes care of his baby.
You know why I don't like him? Because he treats her like she's his subordinate, and he has nothing. Literally nothing.
I agree with that.
I will give him this. He's probably a good dad.
He's a great dad, I feel like.
Go. I appreciate that. But outside of that, your personality, the way you treat people, the way you treat your wife, the way you are as a human is garbage.
I don't feel like that's fair.
Tell me why.
Okay, so Elizabeth and Andre, the reason I feel like that is because he is from Moldova.
I'm not okay. I'll let you.
Let me finish, please. Don't Kanye me right now.
I'm gonna let you finish, but
I have a sandal and I will throw it at you.
All right,
he's from Moldova, and that's a very masculine, heavy country. Like, not that there's a lot of dudes there, but like
no, male dominated.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. It's very male dominated, and then he comes to the U.S. and
do your research, bro.
His wife's family.
Ain't that what you said? The other characters?
Absolutely. But he knows English.
They speak English in Moldova.
And then he lived in Ireland.
Yeah.
But anyways, so the reason why I think I give him a little bit more of a pass is because Elizabeth's family is hot garbage.
Yeah.
Hot garbage.
They're not great.
Her sisters, her brother can go suck a big fat donkey. You
Kong.
know what?
Donkey Kong.
You know what they can do. You know why? Because they are so disrespectful to his face and to her, and she just sits there and she lets them do it.
I co-sign all that. And also, for y'all that don't know, you get really touchy about intrusive family.
Okay, yes, for those of you who don't know, I believe that when you are married, or if you have a long-term relationship, I want to say probably like more than 3 years, I believe that your significant other and any spawn that you create are now your nuclear family. Everyone else is family, but they no longer come first. Right?
I don't completely agree with that.
I would expect you to put me over your mom, your auntie, your brother.
And I think it's situational.
Me and the kids come first.
I think it's situational. I mean, for the most of the time, yes, but I definitely think it's situational. I think there are certain times
like what?
Somebody gets sick, then they're going to become a priority because you love them, they're your family.
Of course. But what I mean by that is like my feelings get accounted for first.
Again, situational. Because if you're wrong, you're wrong. And I'm going to tell you you're wrong, just like vice versa.
Again, I'm not saying that that's wrong, but what I'm saying is you're going to talk to me first and you're going to come to me about it. You're not going to let your mom, not that your mom does this.
Nobody disrespects you. That's
no
those
one's
are facts.
Disrespect
right.
Me.
No, and
right?
That's a fact.
And so I come first, right?
I don't think that's the same as coming first, in my opinion. I just think that's...
Because protect my nuclear family, and if you are outside of it, you can go fuck off.
But for sake of argument, you don't have a typical relationship.
I know, and it's very skewed.
And I think that impacts.
And I do go through therapy for it. Yeah. But I definitely I couldn't imagine my mom or my brother coming to you and talking to you the way that they do, that Elizabeth's family does, because I would check them so fast and I would just not talk to them anymore. Because you can't be disrespectful. Because
those are facts.
That is the father of my children. That is a person I love more than anything. You're not going to do that. Even if there is some merit to what you're saying, you
see she got fired up.
Oh yeah, you do not
stand up straighter and everything.
You do not get to bash my significant other.
Right.
That's not how it works.
No,
and I
agree
think
with that.
she lets them do it, and she eggs them on too. Like,
cause she joins in on it.
Because she'll drop things
with the whole. I would like if you got a job. He's like.
So basically, they're in Moldova right now because they're getting married for the second time, and Elizabeth and Andre came to the decision that he would stay home because he can't really find anything that he wants to do. I agree with that, but it is serving them a good purpose. He is watching the baby, which is saving them on daycare, and
maybe he should check his attitude.
The sole breadwinner.
Yeah.
But Elizabeth's father is like, isn't it customary in Moldovan culture that men work and women don't? And they're like, well, yeah. And
that's a question you ask on the slide when you're talking like the brothers. Because I love the brother. Andre's brother is dope.
He's a nice guy. He is so even.
I wish he was anything like his brother. His brother's awesome.
And then so they're like, well, yeah, of course it is. And then he's like, well, I think that Andre made the decision, and Elizabeth wants him to get a job. And she's like, well, I would like that. And he's like, then why wouldn't you just tell me?
He was like, wait a minute.
We made that decision together.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just tell me?
Yeah, she bogus.
And she was just like, well, I'm allowed to change my opinion. And it's like, no, I think you're doing it because Daddy Warbucks is paying for everything.
Okay, but that brings me to part of my issue. But anyway, I'll go on. I'm sorry.
Oh, so like I said, I feel like she wants to defend her family so much. Yeah. And while like I do appreciate it because they are a very close family.
You don't appreciate that. No, you don't.
No, I'm trying to appreciate the fact that they are very close and they love each other very much. But at the same time, I do feel like her loyalty needs to lie with her husband.
So here's my problem with Andre, because now that we've talked through it, I'm like, maybe I was a little bit rough. The reason I don't like him though is because, and this could be the editing from TLC. I think everything should be prefaced with that.
Of course.
He seems like he's really nice to her. I just never see like any type of like even respect. It's always
how is he gonna respect her? And it goes both ways. How is he gonna respect her when she clearly doesn't respect him?
Well,
they don't have respect for each other.
Okay, and that's fair, and that's 100% fair. But I just think maybe it's because of like what you're talking about with the culture and how aggressive and strong it is. It just comes off like, dude, you need to not act like that.
Yeah, I know. I do think that he does come off very arrogantly. But I also think that might be a culture thing.
Yeah, and again, do your research. Before you come to a country, understand that men and women are pretty the
vice
same
versa.
Here. Yeah. But yeah, I don't. And then the thing that bothers me a lot is I lost respect for him when he made her ask her dad to pay for the wedding. I lost any respect I had, went out the window.
You know what? I agree with that. I do think that it was very terrible that he has to pay for this wedding.
And he didn't even ask himself.
No.
Bro.
At the same time, there was at one point in their relationship where Andre was working and they were short and Elizabeth's like, I'm just going to ask my dad. And he's like, don't you dare ask your dad for money. Don't you dare do it.
Now you're comfortable asking him. And then...
Well, I'm trying to get to that is that, he said don't do it and she did it anyways. And it caused a big rift between them because obviously he's trying to provide and she's like, well, daddy will just do it. And then finally he got to the point was, go ask dad then. If you go ask him.
Well, I get that. But here's my thing. It's twofold, right? Number one, ask him yourself.
I agree.
It's for you. It's for your family. It's in Moldova. None of that has anything to do with her or her family. None of it. Secondly,
and it was also
when he granted the money, he was like, how much? It needs to be more.
Oh, yeah, no. I
mean, dude is just a trash bag, man. I can't respect that.
Yeah, no, I think that's wrong.
As a man, first of all, go talk to your wife's father. Have enough respect for her and him to be like, yo, man, you think you can do this? That's number one. Number two, when he says he's going to pay for it, no matter what he puts up, you're thankful and you keep your mouth shut. So, the dudes like that only learn when you put them on their back, when you punch them in the head, which I'm not advocating. Which I was kind of hoping Charlie was gonna take him out back and
nah.
Yeah, you're pretty set that Andre was going. He does look like he could go though. I give him his credit.
Well, cause
like I wouldn't fight him head up. I'd have a 2x4.
Right.
I'm not fighting.
Well, no, but not just that. Like I think Charlie. Okay, so they were at dinner and they kept pressing they kept asking the same questions.
And that was wrong too.
They kept saying, well, why did he move to Ireland? Because he moved to Ireland because he wanted to be a bouncer and then he wanted to, I think eventually.
He was on some sideways in Ireland.
I do think so. Yeah. I do think that he probably got in some trouble because he was a detective or maybe he was, corrupt at one point. And I think that her family's trying to get that, but no one wants to give that information.
And they asked like 15 times.
Yes. And as soon as they landed too, they're like, so why did you move from here?
Right.
Like, and
it was in the car.
Yeah,
they were driving. Yeah, that's crazy.
So they asked the same question 6 times and he got really frustrated and he's like, it doesn't matter. And his family and his friends weren't gonna give it up because they're like,
and they some G. His crew is G's. They all like
no, and they're like, so you're not gonna tell us? And he's like, no, that's my brother. I'm not gonna do that. They
ride for him. I like that. I'm like, y'all some mafioso over here. Y'all ride.
But they also treated them with respect too. Yeah. They were very respectful. So they got into an argument, Charlie and Andre, and so they were about to square up. And honestly, I
do think he would have the brakes beaten off him. I do think Andre would have served him up.
You know what? Right. Well, yes, I think Andre is way more fit.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, because Charlie had a little bit of a belly.
And I just think that
the blind rage.
I just think that Andre could probably. He seems like he's seen some things in his day. You know?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, blind rage behind those eyes, and not just that. I guess I didn't realize how big of a dude he was until he postured up and like he put those shoulders back.
That's
he got real tall.
That's what I said. You don't fight him head up. You bring something with you.
But and of course Liz was like, "You're trying to fight with my brother," excluding the fact that her brother was like, "You want to go outside?" You're like,
well, no,
catch me
Andre said
outside
that first, and he was like, all right.
yeah, and then he got up from the table, and of course, like, but
No, Andre got it first actually, and walked over to him.
oh, fine, they both got up. Doesn't matter.
I'm just saying, if you get up at me, I'm getting up too. I'm not gonna just let you
oh
like
yeah, no, of
tower
course
over
not.
me.
But then she wants to blame all of Andre, but it's like, hey, they're like, there's another part to that. Is your brother was also drinking and he was also instigating, which everyone saw. Even the dad was instigating. But then the dad wanted to be like, oh my God, you treat guests like this?
They do play victim quick.
Oh,
and she should have said after about the fourth or fifth time.
That's enough.
Question, she should have said, "Dad, Charlie, enough. We're not gonna talk about it right now."
Or we can leave.
Yeah.
Or you can leave.
Yeah, and I agree with that 100%. I think like you know,
she just doesn't have that balance between the two, and I feel like she always picks her family over her husband.
I would agree with that. I think you're right,
and that's what bothers me so much. And I can see why he feels the way he does. Does that make him right? No, but I can see how he feels.
Do
the
they
way
make
he does.
it?
Yes,
I think they make it too. Yeah,
I think counseling, which is my advice for everybody.
But I was telling my mom, I think this is gonna be a domestic violence case. I think at some point she's gonna say something and he gonna
whap her.
Like maybe they'll be sipping or something, and
I don't think so. I think that he would pick up and leave.
No,
I think he would.
Really, that's the vibe. This loud, arrogant, aggressive
I think he'd
dude,
pick up and leave.
Nah,
and go back to Moldova and just smear campaigner.
I think he would elbow drop her before he did that.
I don't think he would.
Y'all let us know what y'all think in the comments below about that, because that's an interesting take. You guys think
don't do it?
Don't
you do it?
Think Andre would be more likely to leave, or I won't say, I don't want to put out the domestic violence thing, but or do something more aggressive than that?
I think that he would leave. I think he'd be like, I don't need this shit. I'm done.
Nah, and especially his little girl.
Or go fuck her best friend or something.
What? You were doing so good.
Oh, no. Oh, and I've literally been changing every word too.
You were doing great. Well, no, I just think
you were doing great.
His personality is to always be right and always be the man. I can't see him just walking away, especially with his little girl. Nah, not a chance. Okay,
Eleanor.
Yeah, they jacked our name. Well, not Eleanor, but they be going by Ellie. Also, y'all can't use that no more.
I don't care. We did it first. My kid's older than that, so.
Okay, so
your favorite couple.
My favorite
out of the whole, and if you say,
no, I'm not taking your couple, David and by far David
Annie?
and Annie. Yeah, they're awesome.
I love Annie.
So
oh my gosh,
I even like David. Like,
he's
David's
so funny.
Dude.
They're and I think they've kind of gotten it together, which makes me happy for them.
They're living good. They're amazing
in Scottsdale.
Yeah,
doing good things.
Man, we gotta go see them, man. See what's up. Maybe if this takes off, they'll bet us over.
Maybe. My favorite couple is Lauren and Alexi. Mm-hmm. They just had a baby Shy. And
Lexi's a cool dude. I wish I had his personality. He's a cool
I
cat,
just want to be
man.
friends with them. Like, I want to be like, hey, can we come to Florida and meet you guys? Because I feel like you guys are just so dang sweet.
They're funny. They're nice. He's really laid back. She's quirky. Like, yeah, they
I just love her. Like,
they got a good dynamic.
I felt really bad when she first was like, I have Tourette's. Remember when they were wedding planning?
And she seems to have gotten that under control a lot.
No, so she said that if you go back to those first episodes when they introduced them, she said that her tics become a lot more noticeable when she's stressed, when she doesn't sleep, when she's not feeling
she's
good.
Been living good then.
Yeah, and so when she's feeling okay, you don't see it as much, but then like those just like start her brain starts like the pistons start like not firing correctly and
yeah, I haven't seen it in the pillows. I haven't been looking super closely, and they don't show a ton of
no
couple either. So
and it might be little things too.
Yeah,
like little ticks, but I love them. They're my favorite. But the last people I want to talk about because we've been on for a little over an hour.
Minutes, man. It's been good.
Yeah. George and Anfisa.
Yeah, man. Shouts to both of them. Listen, that's the way to do reality TV. All right.
Glow up like for both of them.
They live in life, man. And they don't seem to have a lot of animosity toward each other either. I mean, I don't know. I don't follow their social media.
You know what? I don't think they do. She was okay. So for those of you who don't know, George and Anfisa. Yes, George and Anfisa. They were infamous couple because she was known as a gold digger.
Yeah.
But she made it very known, like, if I'm coming to America, like, I'm leaving my family, I'm leaving my best friends, I'm leaving my entire life. I want to be taken care of.
And I respect that more than a lot of these women who, like, try to do it, like, on the, like, after they get there, they try to do it, like.
No, she made it very known.
Like Larissa, like, I get here now, I want you to do X, Y, Z. Mm-hmm. Like, before she came, like you said, she's like, look, I'm pulling up.
Right, if I'm leaving everything, you need to take care of me. And you know what? And he did that because he owned a dispensary or half a dispensary, right? And he was actually really cash poor. He was driving through Arizona, and he got caught with a lot of
You know,
marijuana.
Gucci Mane went to jail and lost weight too. Maybe that's the move for me. I'm gonna get locked up for about 6 months.
No.
What? That's all it takes.
Yeah, because the food's garbage in there. Half of it's expired and
you
moldy.
You cooking good, man. It ain't working. No, just play.
But so he went to jail and he served, I don't know, like 18 months or something like that. It was a good amount of time. Years, and they were together, and she started a YouTube channel, and then they just kind of.
She got on a fitness journey too.
Yeah, she went on her fitness journey, and they ended up getting divorced, and now she has a new beau, and so does he, I believe, and now she's. I
don't think he has a beau though, but go on.
He does.
Beau is for a dude.
Okay, well then, like, what's the equivalent to a beau?
I don't know. I just didn't want y'all thinking he was
a miss. I don't.
Lady, whatever. So, I honestly just didn't want people to think he had a boyfriend.
Oh, I know. He has a girlfriend.
Yeah.
But his glow up was real. He's looking
he's
very JQ, very thin. Like, cause he was kind of a bigger guy. He wasn't ugly.
He wasn't kind of. He was a big dude. He lost like 100+ pounds.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
And now he's looking real thin, and he's looks to be going on a good like path after jail, which is awesome. But and same with Anfisa. She is just phenomenal. She's done bikini competitions and stuff like that because she's really fit.
Yeah.
I love her. I still love her. I watch her YouTube channel sometimes.
She was a G too. It did feel a little gold digger in the beginning, but like she stayed down for it. She was with him.
She loved him. I mean, she really did love him.
Yeah.
I just think that they were incompatible, which is, I mean, it happens. You don't really know.
You gotta respect. Go ahead.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
I say you gotta respect a few things. Number one, they didn't work out. They didn't trash each other. I didn't see a whole lot of like negativity.
I think they did for a while, or he. I mean, I don't really remember
because I don't remember seeing a lot of that. And then they've moved on and they're leading successful lives. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do.
Oh, absolutely. And yeah, I like both of them. I like Anfisa a little bit more. Obviously, you get to know her a little bit more. I think that she's very intelligent and like she's also going to school. She put herself through school and like her fitness journey and stuff like that. So I think she's pretty admirable. And the honesty.
Yeah, she don't hold back. Which couple do you dislike the most? You can do all the seasons or just
Nicole and Asin.
You hate them the most?
I don't know if I hate them the most, but like, oh, what is her name?
Not
the
sure.
guy from Morocco.
Oh, is that Danielle and Muhammad?
Muhammad.
Yeah. I wonder if he's still here. Is he still here?
I don't know, but I can't with him.
Yeah.
He was just garbage human, and she was just therapy central.
Yeah, mine's Angela and
Michael?
Yeah. I don't.
That's unfortunate.
The rage. I don't think he makes it here either. I don't think he makes it to America.
You know what? I get very upset because like they think it's a game with the Donald Trump stuff.
What you mean?
Like she brought him boxers with Donald Trump's face on it, MAGA hats.
Well, I mean, you got to understand though, because this is something that I've seen on some podcasts too, and thinking back on it, it's true. Like, Kanye touched on this in one of his.
I mean, I guess Donald Trump's like a
figure of wealth. He used to be a very admired guy. Yeah, like they used to reference him in hip hop all the time. And
but he was very close. I mean, he even
like
some boxers, like he let them stay in their house. He presented the fights. He let them go on his jet. Like he really took care of a lot of people.
Well, and so in Africa, they may not fully be, or he may not. I shouldn't say they, but he specifically may not be fully on game with what's going on here.
Maybe I just don't like it because you are a white woman who is bringing a African American man.
Let's not judge her. Let's not be too hard on her.
I'm not being hard on her. I'm just saying that I don't like that because I feel like that sets him up for a falsehood of the U.S.
Robotnik. She's just terrible, man. Like how Dr. Robotnik like turned in like the first Sonic game turned all the Eggman, whatever, turned all the animals into like mechanical things and locked them in those little tubes that Sonic had to open up. That's how I feel she is. Just the worst. All right, man. I think that's it. That was 90 and more. We may have some other additional things. We
haven't gotten to the more part just because I feel like we just
y'all don't want to hear us for 4 hours, but we'll have some other things coming. If you liked it, man, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel. Let us know what you liked and what you didn't like. This is experimental. We're just kind of doing this. We love 90 Day. We know a lot of people that love 90 Days.
We talk about it a lot. We have a lot of opinions, and I think going forward, we're probably going to do a little more like episode central things, and then maybe get into some other relationship advice and all that good stuff. Yeah, you kind of went over the stories. I didn't know you were gonna do that, like the backstories of everybody. Which is cool. I was trying to, just in case if someone watched it that like didn't know.
No issue with it. That was cool. It took up a lot of the time too, so next time we could probably.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not. There's no issue with it. I just didn't know you were gonna do that. So yeah, let us know in the comments below what you like, what you dislike, what we should add to it. You know, what kind of questions that you guys have for us or that we can answer about the show. What else?
Would you date someone overseas?
That's a fantastic question. Answer it in the comments below. Would you date somebody overseas? I would not. No chance.
Really?
Unless they were like a local, like an
like
island.
bordered.
Yeah, like maybe like Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, Hawaii.
Oh, why is the fucking U.S.?
I'm just saying.
Oh, I said it again.
I'm just saying I'm not going
Canada,
4,000, 5,000 miles out of my way to meet somebody when there's plenty of women here. I mean,
Mexico.
obviously I'm married, but I'm saying like if I was single, I think I could do okay here. I don't think I need to take it.
Like if you were traveling and like you're like I'm gonna meet someone in Paris and like.
Well, the way it would work is if I knocked her up. That's the only way I would try it. I'm serious. I'm not.
You're lucky you would.
I mean, no. I mean, unless she was willing to come here, I'm not going to a country though. Absolutely not.
What if it's not a third world country? What if it's like a leading country? No. Interesting.
Although the way this country's going, now you got me thinking.
Like say the UK, Spain.
Okay, there's a small list of countries to choose from.
France.
That I would. Spain, I wouldn't because I feel like the culture. I would have to. I don't want to go anywhere, but I have to adjust a lot. Culturally.
You would have to. Yeah.
I don't want to have to like change my whole way of thinking.
The UK, I would be down.
Yeah, UK might be cool. Canada would be cool. Not Mexico.
Why not Mexico?
Again, I have to change too much like to understand and fit in with the culture there.
Same with
and
Canada.
I don't know how they feel about black folk out there.
I don't know.
Yeah. I think that I can't see a lot of stuff. Egypt, maybe. You'd do well in Egypt.
I would do well in Egypt. I want to go to Egypt so bad. Someone pay for my plane ticket, and Bo's too because I can't go alone.
I think that's it though. There's not a lot of spots I would go.
Japan?
No, not to live. I could do a thing if I met a girl from Japan or like somewhere in Asia. We might be able to like do some visits. That'd be a possibility if I had the money to go back and forth.
My coworker lived in the Philippines for like 4 years. Yeah. He loved it.
Yeah. You know,
was his wife?
My homie went to Thailand. And he loved it out there. He said you could live like a king with $1 million out
absolutely.
there. But yeah, I could do like a visit thing, but I'm not going to live.
No.
Nah,
okay.
I'm not doing that. So. Answer that question in the comments below. Let us know what you want to see on the next edition. We're gonna try to do this once a week. You down for that?
Yes.
We'll do it probably.
I think Tuesdays because Monday and Sunday we get to recap those two episodes.
Yeah. So
it'll go whenever you decide to go up, but it will go up.
We are at Smart Avengers. I was planning on putting it up tonight.
Okay, cool.
We're at Smart Avengers, man. Hit that subscribe button, and we will see you guys next week. This is 90 and more.
Okay, bye.